In this video, we're going to go through the setup and operation of the Foam Daddy standard foam machine. Let's take a look at what you have. You have the Foam Daddy standard foam machine. We have a light tree with a T-bar. We have our 40-gallon bucket, which is going to be filled with water and foam solution. We have our magical foam solution. We have a remote-controlled AC three-way, which is kind of like a fancy power strip kind of. And also we have our pump, which will pump the water out into the foam machine. So let's start with the first thing would be these rubber bands that you got with this. And what they're for is so that you can hold back the T-handles that are on the clamps. If you're trying to do this yourself, it's kind of hard to do. So we came up with this idea. You go around the bolt, and then you just go around the T-handle, and it kind of holds it up so that the handle stays open so that you can just drop it on the T-bar. If you have somebody to help you, is obviously the best and easiest way to do this. So let's see how this goes if I can get this on here. That wasn't too bad. So when you're done, you can take off the rubber bands. The T-handles are just going to fall back into place. There's a washer and the T-handle. The washer goes underneath the clamp and tighten the T-handle. And you'll see that it'll tighten up around the T-bar. Just give me a second there. Let's take this one off. Same thing. Washer goes underneath the clamp mechanism that swings, and then just tighten the T-handle. So there you have it. We've got the foam machine ready to kind of hook up and get everything ready. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this AC adapter, we're going to hook it on the back T-handle of the T-bar. It's a lot of T's. We're going to hook it back here, and that way it'll stay out of the way. It won't get wet. So then you're going to plug in your extension cord to the back of the three-way AC adapter. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill up this bucket with 40 gallons of water, and we're going to dump in our foam solution, and we'll see what happens, and we're going to start this thing up, have some fun. Okay, now that we've filled our bucket up, we are going to put in the magic Foam Daddy solution. So we just pour it in. We've got roughly 40 gallons of water, just a little bit short of the top. And let's pour this in. There you go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is hook up our hose. We did use the hose earlier to fill up the bucket. Kind of helps. I was a little short on hose. So let's tighten this here. And let's put this on the actual foam machine. Just about there. All right. So we have that. Next thing we're going to do is maybe take the pump over closer to the electrical three-way that we talked about. So we're going to plug in the pump. We are also going to plug in the Foam Daddy foam machine as well. So now everything's plugged in, ready to go. I don't think we talked about this. This is our little remote. It's real simple. got an on and an off, and that'll start the three-way AC adapter, so you can be a little bit away from the unit if you want. So let's do this first. Let's put the pump in, and we're just going to take it up and down, kind of mix our solution. Get that nice and mixed up. You can start to see it foaming a little bit on top. We'll kind of mix it in the middle a little bit. All right, I think we are ready. I put the foam in. We've got the pump, which I usually put on the downside. You can see I got something underneath the bucket. The water that way you won't run out maybe as quick. So let's get the hose out of the way. And then let's have some foam fun. What do you say? Wow, you can see we've got a lot of foam now. What helps sometimes is to maybe get a fan and put a fan behind it so it blows it out a little bit so it doesn't accumulate by the unit itself. So again, at any time you can turn it off with the remote. If you didn't hear what I was saying, you can put a fan behind this and helps kind of blow the foam out a little bit from the unit and give you kind of a little bit different effect and push the foam away from everybody. So, but that's it. That's the standard foam machine. So have some fun. It looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if I want to jump in right now, but I think you'll have a lot of fun. Thanks for renting it. Well, the foam fun is ended. Time for cleanup. What I would suggest for cleaning up is get your garden hose and spray down the area where the foam is, okay? So that the foam doesn't do any damage to your lawn. Just spray it down real good. Also spray off the front of the unit itself. You can spray that down. Maybe if it got onto the light tree, you can spray that so it's not sticky, wipe it down. The pump, same thing with the pump, spray it off. And then of course wash out the bin that you had the water in, and you're ready to return it. I hope you had a great time, and we see you again.